If you want to be poor, go around picking up money that has fallen on the ground. Even if it is yours and it falls on the ground, don't pick it up, because you are only picking up poverty. God says the money that is on the ground has an owner. And if you want to be the owner, God will gladly make you the owner, but you will not enjoy it. Because it's not nice to be the owner of the money that is on the ground. Do you know why Jews are so rich? It's because they know these principles. They only read the Torah, the Old Testament. But you guys have been programmed to expect miracle money because you only believe in the New Testament, but you don't believe in the principles of the Old Testament. Because if you knew what God says about the money on the ground, you would not go around picking up a 5 rand coin, inheriting bad luck like that just for a 5 rand coin. Welcome to my church, where the blind receive sight and the deaf start to hear. In the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 9 to 10, when you reap the harvest of your land, do not reap to the very edges of your field, or gather the gleanings of your harvest. Do not go over your vineyard a second time, or pick up the grapes that have fallen. Leave them for the poor and the foreigner. I am the Lord your God. Leave them for the poor and the foreigner. God says you must leave them for the poor and the foreigner. But if you want to be poor, if you want to be a foreigner, go around and pick that money. Deuteronomy 24, verse 19 to 22. When you are harvesting in your field and you overlook a sheaf, do not go back to get it. Leave it for the foreigner, the fatherless, and the widow, so that the Lord your God may bless you in all the work of your hands. You know, when something falls on the ground, it means God has located somebody who is in need of that thing. But when you say, I'm going to pick it up, you are stealing from that person who was supposed to pick that thing up. Deuteronomy 24, verse 19 to 22. When you beat the olives from your trees, do not go over the branches a second time. Leave what remains for the foreigner, the fatherless, and the widow. Don't go over a second time. When you harvest grapes in your vineyard, do not go over the vines again. Leave what remains for the foreigner, the fatherless, and the widow. Remember that you were slaves in Egypt. That is why I command you to do this. You were once poor. So now you have money. 10 rands falls on the ground. You forget that a poor person who finds that 10 rands will go and buy bread. Why must you pick it up? Because for it to fall, it was not a mistake. It is God who is making that money fall. Maybe you haven't even paid your offering or your tithe, or you have not done any good in your life, and God wants to bless you. But you go on the ground and pick up poverty. Why must you take so that even the poor who are struggling cannot pick up anything from the ground? You know, in Sotho, when we speak, we say to a person, Mo o ka se tope selo. We mean that this person has a bad heart. He will never give you anything. O ka se tope selo. That means you will never pick up anything that has fallen from this person. They say leave it for the poor, the fatherless, and the foreigner, the hungry, people who are starving, people who are in need. The money on the ground belongs to those people, not to you. And if you don't pick it up, they say God will bless you. But when you pick it up, you will forfeit your blessing. Khotso aibelelena.